First down keeper.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 24-yard line.
Ready? 57, right. 57 to Mike. What we got? What we got? What we got? 57 to Mike. Mike 57.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Blackman flushed out right. Wide open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down. Little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead.
They'll run on first down. Swift will be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Mike, 56, right there, 56. Let's go, D.
Here's 2nd and 8. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Myles Garrett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
Ready? 18 Gator. Hey, Sam off. Leo.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Throwing on first down. Blackman.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
The 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. Extra point forthcoming. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0.
Makes the score Jets 7, Raiders 0.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Come on, let's go.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch the slant. Mike 56. Mike 56.
Off the play fake. Blackman. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. Extra point safely through, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now a handoff here to his running back. And oh, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. We were just talking about him pregame. 3 tackles for a loss. Last week you thought he looked so explosive on film. Starting off good there. Another one in the 1st quarter.
He's every bit of what you described. And I don't want to make it too simplistic, but right now for him, it's see ball, get ball. And that's what he's doing really, really well. And he's doing it in the offense's backfield.
Hey, exit.
2nd and 13. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
22 jet bombers, 22 jet bombers.
Situation, let's go. Mike, 50.
Hey, echo.
Mike.
Step.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in just this 1st quarter. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Blackman. Flush to his right. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Off play action. Blackman. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 38-yard line.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try the left side. Swift. The corner, Ronald Darby, comes up to get it.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Blackman eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, not that we had any questions, but it's obvious his arm does not hurt today, does it? He does not mind slinging it around.
He is firing that pigskin around the yard.
Yeah, putting it deep downfield, taking shots. Unsuccessful there, but I like his moxie.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. 2nd and long. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. These 2 teams all tied after 1.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. 56 to Mike. 56.
On first down, Blackman. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Back to throw. Blackman. Over the middle, complete. It's Fleming. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Swift. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake. Blackman. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, you know, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game.
And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. 2nd down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. From the gun, Blackman. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Let's go.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Check, ready. 56. Order. Get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. 56 to Mike.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. The point after is good. And that makes the score 14-7. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Here we go.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down here the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
They'll give it here to his running back. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that?
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now they'll run it on the toss. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, Swift. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 6.
The Raiders on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Blackman nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things.
And this is caught inside the 5. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. Fighting his way in for a Jets touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. The extra point up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 3 down, 3 down. Echo. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
To throw again. Blackman. That's caught by Howard. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun. Blackman. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Blackman. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. This quarterback now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. From the gun, Blackman. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Myles Garrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Looking to throw. Blackman escaping under pressure again, and down he goes again. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Check safety, check safety.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
We play to win. Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot downfield. Nope. Guarantee the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. That's fielded in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's fourth down. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. That's good for 28 yards.
Check pass, check pass. Hey, switch gears. Wide, get wide. Watch the twist.
Now a give, right side. Swift. He's got a first down and inside. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did. And remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
Let's go! I got you, boy. Slam! Top up!
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Back to throw. Blackman. Looking middle, and that's complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 15-yard line. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
This will be caught at about the 6. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. On 4th down, Blackman. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Jets are going to get the football back.
Let's go.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And again this time to the tailback. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe you change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 41, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now,
and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. The extra point up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 11. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
So the hold on special teams backs him up all the way inside the 15 to start. And he'll give it here to his running back. And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 50, the 30, 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. 89 yards. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Extra point up and through. And the lead now up to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if I kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They'll set up a throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 59 yards. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
There's several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The Jets on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. From 17 yards out, as his guys are back within a single score. No problem there on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
Let's go, baby.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each ending in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack? Or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
Off-play action. Blackman. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Looking to throw. Blackman. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Rip right. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Operating from the gun. Blackman. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
50 seconds to Mike.
On 1st and 10, Blackman. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Protein spill. Hey, Zoo.
Whip. Watch the whip.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. He'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. 2nd and 15. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 45 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a handoff here to his running back. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll drop the throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. Now back to throw. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. From 4 yards out, as his guys are back within a single score. Point after, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left. And this is caught at the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. 63 yards. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point safely through. And the lead now up to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
Let's go! Here we go!
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Ready, set, right. 50 seconds to Mike. There's a party now.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Oakland, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home.